And we are live. NashvilleLou live, back on the air with MetaBattler. November 3rd, 2024. I'm your host, Lou Pickney. Right now we have 5 people in for the first Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. If you want to join the list, all you have to do is type !play in chat. Got Going Tonto, Pennybags Jr., Unmada, Canvas, and Naznara. I'll get in as well with !play. Remember the new setup with Twitchy Team, where you can designate 5 fish that you have in Twitchy Tides. Your go-to, or you can go in with a number. So if I want to go with the Rainbow Soul the Catfish, I'll go with !play and the number 5. You see it show up like that. Then I say, well, maybe I want the rare version instead that just has the white with the yellow. So it'll play 1, and then boom, it changes colors. Just like it would change to a different fish, if that were the case. Hello, Chucky. We have 3 more people in early. We'll get that early first of the broadcast Twitchy Tides game going. For the winner, a Warsaken foil prime card and an item from the NashvilleLou collection that'll give you a boost in MetaBattler. We have 7 at the moment. We need a minimum of 10 players for the game to count. So we'll wait till we get to that. That should happen soon if I know my fellow fans of Twitchy Tides. Hello, Dutch Rudder. That has us to 8. Episode 10 here, Alien Worlds and MetaBattler in this particular case, but my MetaBattler broadcast, the collab going on with Alien Hunter. All right. You can see top left corner, we got 8 people in there. 2 more. And we'll be ready to go. I really like the opening screen they have with MetaBattler, so I tend to keep it here. That's what I've started doing with these broadcasts. Attention getter from the start. We're already speaking of attention. Turn my attention away for a moment, and we're past 10. So let's get to that first Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. With Mortal Wombats, Bonnie T, and Dreshian, that makes 11. All right, so for the winner, a Warsaken foil prime card and an item from the NashvilleLou collection that would give you a boost in MetaBattler. If I win, prize goes to 2nd place. Frog Nada is in to give us a dozen. So 12 players, it begins now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. Debo the Shark starting us off, working left to right up top. Super spin from Going Tonto finally took out Debo, but not before damage done. Debo this time working right to left, lower mid, and somehow Debo misses all 8 remaining competitors. Normally I don't do anything as far as commands go in a game that I host, but I'll throw some glitter in there. Light it up a little bit. Meanwhile, depth charge, and we're down to a half dozen. Cannonball, and we're down to 2. It's Chucky and Naznara, the final 2 in this Twitchy Tides game. Will be the winner. There's Debo, the Shark. Bottom row, Naznara can't get away. And that's going to do it. Congratulations, Chucky. Victorious in this first Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. All right, let's bring the slate back up here for a moment. All right. Just like that, we're back open for our next Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. You can get in by typing !play in chat. Now we'll get into it with MetaBattler. Alright, so with my ace deck in a pretty good spot here. I know my upper right bug covers up part of that. That's what it would look like without it. There you see it. So pretty even. Try and keep a pretty even base with my approach with this. Couple up at 90 at this point. The water in the blue. The fire got Bridgestone Arena at 92. It's my highest. Bar Nashville not far behind. Over here with the ice. Ace purple. 95 is the highest card I have as far as the levels go. That's what I'm working with here. Now, it's really nice what they've got set up. PvE. You've got 5 different PvE towers. You can kind of pick which way you want to go with it. I recommend getting in when you can on these. You only have to beat a couple of levels for the 4 horsemen, and you've got a decent shot at getting one of those 5 Alien Hunter packs, those collaboration Ultra Comics packs that give away 5 an hour. They have been and continue to. Get them while you can. As far as those go. Of course, there's also with the horrors, the Devil Pack. Halloween theme to it. So it's been going every hour. So in essence, what they've had is 10 packs being given away every hour. 1 from the Devil Pack for the horrors, and then for the other 4, they're in rotation every 4 hours, so 5 of the Alien Hunter packs. It works out really well. Typically in this situation, I'm going to go for the one with the least amount of time. Hall of Heroes is a short climb. The horrors, I'm going to try and get it as high as I can on that, so we're with Hall of Heroes first. Already got 8 people in for the next Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. If you want to join the list, just type !play in chat. Pretty simple with Meta Battler. If you can understand the concept of rock, paper, scissors, you can figure it out. I intentionally have a special overlay in that bottom right corner. You see that red, white, and blue? That's just to remind you that fire beats ice, ice beats water, water beats fire. Red beats white, white beats blue, blue beats red. Red, white, and blue. If you can remember that, you understand a very basic game with rock, paper, scissors. You can figure, and you can count. You can count up to like 100, you're okay. Even with that, the computer does the counting for you. The higher numbers are obviously going to be better for you if you have the same element going heads up with an opponent. Like the 69 be the 26. There's also a level 1 opponent. It gets much more difficult. One more. Bar Nashville 2003 for the win. So, score of 4. The fewer health points you lose, the higher your score at the end of the round, and the more MVP you earn. MVP helps you level up your cards. Half of it gets infused in the cards that win in a given game. In this case, Bar Nashville will get slight infusion. Not so much for Ace Purple. Die for the cough button there. So level 1 complete. Remember, this is a short tower. Hall of Heroes, you're talking 5 levels. Knocked my mouse halfway across the room. That was a nice one. It's Meta Battler here on NashvilleLou Live. We got 10 people in for that next Twitchy Tides game. Want to join the list? You can do so with !play in chat. Is very straightforward. You can use any digital item on the wax chain. I've got the NashvilleLou collection on wax, and that includes my promotional items. You can use this in game. You can use. I never thought there would be some sort of actual utility for that Ace Purple 2011 card right there. And yet, with Meta Battler, not only can you use it in game and have fun, me being a collaborator, NashvilleLou collection give you a boost for each individual template item you got. You can't come in with, let's say, 50, nearly 3616 in the cloud, so I'd only give you credit for one. But if you got wide distribution, you can utilize that, what you have already in your Wax wallet, especially if you've been in the mix for a while. A lot of very creative people that are collaborators. It's very easy to stream this game. It goes so fast that it's more conversational style versus trying to explain what's going on in the moment. Uh-oh. Got the win there at the end. Narrow victory, low MVP. Moving on to level 3. It's Meta Battler here on NashvilleLou Live. We got 12 people in already for that next Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. You can get in as well with exclamation point play. Karen Lore gets up to 13 in there. If we're close to having 25, we're close to that number by bottom of the hour, we'll do it around that spot. Otherwise, save it for on the other side of my hourly break, which is still quite a ways away. Level 3. All three colors here, all three elements, but fire the least of the three. Even against a much weaker opponent, when they've got all three elements, if you just happen to guess wrong a whole bunch, sometimes that can go against you. Get the upset loss. One more. Got it. The level 3 score of 8. A little bit more as far as the MVP goes. Level 4, Killer Kaiser. About half red, some blue, a little bit of white. So right now we've got 14 people in for that next, make that 15 in for the next Twitchy Tides game. We're close to having 25. We're close to that range. By bottom of the hour, we'll have it then. Otherwise, we'll hold it over a bit longer. In level 4, it's going to be tricky. Oh, come on. Brutal. Brutal. Let's see. Can I dig it out here? Oh, I should have played the 75. Would at least tied the round. Oh, oddly enough, that happened the next turn. I'm not going out like that. Continue. 0.05. Playing Meta Battler here on NashvilleLou Live. We'll have another Twitchy Tides game coming up here in a bit. Terran Lore, Canvas, Cesaro NLV, Zarvine. Latest there. This happens to be my screen there in that chat interface in OBS Studio. We'll have that coming up. right, 91 beats a 75. Oof. Tie. Both at a 75. All right. That was a battle right there, but level 4 victory. Not huge on the MVP, but that's not what you're going for. Hall of Heroes is a short tower. You're getting a pretty good... if you win all 5 levels, then you've got as nice of a shot as anyone getting one of those 5 Alien Hunter packs. And remember, with this Devil Pack limited edition setup they've got going on with the Horrors, that's just sped up the rotation a bit as far as those other 4 towers. Instead of once every 5 hours, it's once every 4 hours. Plus, on top of that, you got people chasing that sweet, sweet TLM, that in-game currency from Alien Worlds in the Alien Worlds tower. And that's slightly different as far as the approach. That's a week-long accumulation. So some people only play that tower, but there's been good incentive put in by the developers as far as making sure there's compelling elements beyond that. The level 5 is going to be tough. Need a couple of those. We both have the same element heads up and I win it. $95 ace purple beats the 75. Oh, then my 85 loses to a 90. Easy come, easy go. It's the level when you both have the same elements that higher level wins. It's the same, you tie the round. That'll do it. Congratulations, the tower has fallen. So again, it's only a 5-level tower, so not too difficult. When you get the breaks, I mean, it's level 5 can be tricky, level 4 can be tricky, but sometimes extra effort pays off. So now, you have the option of playing it again if you want to. The idea is you're getting all 5 levels in, that's the maximum you get. And so in 40 minutes, we'll find out whether I'm one of the lucky 5 to get an Alien Hunter pack out of there. I want to keep an eye, of course, the Horrors, because every hour, this clock, goes roughly 5 past the hour compared to how the WTBS back in the 1980s, the cable superstation, now just TBS, as it's known, and how they would start shows at 6:05 Eastern. Or whenever, 5 past the hour. It was an interesting approach that eventually they found that wasn't the most effective approach. But much like it is now with live streaming, people have so many different ways of bringing the product and the game to the world in their own way. Television used to have a little bit more freewheeling like that. Not so much now. It's a tall tower, 13 to get up to the top. We got 20 people in already for that next Twitchy Tides game. I said if it's close to 25 by bottom of the hour, we'll have one then. So it looks to be trending in the right direction. I'm not even in on it yet. So if I'm in, it makes it 21. So that's not, it's close. I'm going for. I'm not trying to be some stickler with the rules, but make sure we got a good showing as far as people in for Twitchy Tides. We got to start at the beginning here, level 1. It's all 3 elements. Just shy, if not at 50% for white, blue in there, and then a little bit of red for Undead King. It's Meta Battler here on NashvilleLou Live. We'll have another Twitchy Tides game coming up. Again, you can make this your own as far as items on the wax chain, whether it's a NashvilleLou Live 5 1/4-inch floppy disk, or it's an Aaron Judge 2021 Topps baseball card. If it exists on the wax chain, you can utilize it here in MetaBattler. We got 22 people in, make that 23. So we're looking bottom of the hour for this next Twitchy Tides game. I said if we get to about 25, and even if nobody else gets in, me being in would get us to 24. It's pretty close. We'll have that coming up. This won't be the longest broadcast I'll ever do, but plan on going a couple hours with it. Got the extra hour. Daylight saving time. Here we go again. That gone. It's such a nuisance. And on top of that, they ruin everything. So of course, they don't have like the same daylight saving time for different parts of the world. We had to be different here in the US and mess stuff up. Because I was managing a warehouse down in Alabaster, Alabama. Weird spot in my career, but that's where I was. And I remember that's right around the time they changed the daylight saving time, the time and the alarm and the break-in alarm. You got very confused by that whole thing. As usual with anything involving daylight saving time, it was a colossal waste of effort, resources, and thought. So it goes. All right, level 1 complete, score 3. Not too concerned about the score early on, just win and move on. I never thought there'd be anything I would get out of that. The land in Alien Worlds, that Neary 3616. You can tell I bought it in April, May 2021, so I've had it for a long time. With the idea of promoting it here live on stream with various games, it just took a lot longer to get to this point than I anticipated, but here we are. Level 2. We got 23 people in already for this next Twitchy Tides game. We'll have that coming up here in just a little bit. Level 2 against Mr. Trickster. Half red, half white, no blue. Chat. Good morning, Random King. Greetings and welcome, everybody. I don't mean to overlook anyone. Hi. There we go. With MetaBattler, it's a very casual pace. Even though the actual, you only see your opponent's card for at most a second, if not a fraction of a second, which is fine. It's enough to see. Well, you're supposed to see who wins the round. You know, it's a 28 ice. Okay, now I know. But that's not a complaint. It keeps the action moving. But it changes the approach considerably to how I normally approach things as far as my sports broadcasting style. But you have to adjust depending on the sport. In the world of sports broadcasting, baseball is going to have a much different pace than NCAA men's lacrosse. The way it is. Level 2 complete. Much higher score than I had in round 1. And a little bit more MVP. You have school tomorrow. That's Rising Dragons. Again, being on deadline, but that happening over and over and over. It's like, oh. I mean, you do the best you can in that situation. It's just, I don't miss that. The newsroom callers. You'd also sometimes, depending on the station, but every station has them. Or at least they did. Maybe it's different now, but we'd have the regulars that would call at like 1 in the morning, 12:30. The point of being a nuisance at times. And you try and be cordial. You try to be, look, these are people that care enough to call you, but they can also be on deadline when you're working overnights. You know, if any help, or you got like one production assistant, they're not in for another 2 hours. So you're trying to listen to 13 scanners at once and keep track of breaking news and make sure everything's fixed and make sure the coffee quiz didn't get screwed up again by the person that does that and messes it up all the time. That and 1,000 other things you got to keep track of. Plus, the added bonus when you work overnights, after you're gone, a whole bunch of middle management gets to second guess what you did. So there's a whole lot I don't miss about that business. And yeah, I worked with some wonderful people on it. It's stressful. They don't pay nearly enough for the stress that comes with it. Man. We're playing Meta Battler here on NashvilleLou Live. We got 25 people in right now for this next Twitchy Tides game. It'll be coming from just a couple of minutes. I was saying it close to 25 by bottom of the hour. Already at 25. At 27 best. So level 3 complete for the Horrors Series 1. Score 7. The MVP is that in-game currency that you use to level up your various cards. And remember, you don't have to lose possession of your cards. It's what they call non-custodial. So it just doesn't look through your wax wallet, see what you own. Then it syncs it up in-game, and once it's synced, and it doesn't, I mean, when you sell something, or if you burn it for whatever reason, then the next time you sync back up, it figures out what you do and don't have. So it works out pretty well. Level 4, half red, half white, no blue. That's true, Asteroid Eater. That was one thing I definitely enjoyed, was a lot of the management that would just get in the way. Oh, they got to justify their job. Here we go. Oh, they want to come in and just cause your problems. You don't get, overnight, you don't deal with that as much, but, I mean, you're talking about a fast 8 hours. It would be, you wouldn't get a lunch break, because even if you had one, you'd be thinking all these deadlines you got to meet. It would be very stressful. It would not be, not feel like it was your time that you're on. So you just eat when you can. You're listening to the scanners. You got to beat call. You got to make sure the video is coming in. You got to call NBC to see if they're going to have their video on demand ready to go. Same for all the different networks. I actually liked NBC the best, and I worked with all 4. Although in fairness, I didn't work. I mean, it was very limited the time I had with Fox. Very limited. I can't really judge CBS today when I'm thinking back to 2001 to 2003. Might as well be 100 years ago in some ways. All right. There we go. Stubborn that last one. We're not gonna. That's no gimme there, Pickney. You have to earn that. All right, so I'm going to slate it for a moment as we get ready for this next Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. The 27 in. Scroll down on screen. Will it scroll for you too? No. Oh, it's not all the way. You don't have to. There's enough room. I forgot. You get 28 names on screen before it gets bumped down to 29. So we got Jericho 1903, Dutch Rudder, Mortal Wombat, Solkanar, SDB123, Rising Dragons, Chucky, Going Tonto, Naznara, Tree Frog Nada, Flower, Drishy, Zarveen, Sorrow NLV, Canvas, Terran Lore, Nadu 6, Dave Ira, Unmata, Buzz King, Azile, Rabbit Larry, Random King, Autumn's Toys, Asteroid Eater, Viper Czar, Veerman. I'll get in as number 28. If I win, prize goes to second place. Otherwise, for the winner, it's a Warsaken Foil Prime card and an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Got 28 players. It starts now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. Hello to everybody watching on Kick. Twitchy Tide's a Twitch exclusive, but I appreciate the people that do watch over on Kick. There are some that do. Meanwhile, Painful Asia doing a lot of damage early. We're down to 20. Depth Charge. There goes Naznara. We're down to 19. I rare soul the catfish. I'll throw some glitter on the screen. Yeah, boom, boom, boom up there. That chain reaction with the depth charge. We're down to 16. The glitter doesn't do anything to help you defensively. It just makes the screen get glittery for a minute. Meanwhile, it's Painful Asia again doing a lot of damage. We're down to 7. Who will be the winner of this Twitchy Tides game? Depth Charge. Takes out Solkanar. We're down to a half dozen. Big worm with a hook that eliminates Chucky. We're down to 5. Chucky was the winner of our first Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. Look out for Debo the Shark coming down Broadway, down the middle, working left to right. The Sorrow NLV is taken out. Half second later, a shock from SDB123 neutralizes Debo, but we're down to 4. Return of Debo. Debo eliminates Unmata, so we're down to 3. It's Flower, Zarveen, and SDB123, the final 3. With Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live and more Meta Battler coming up. A depth charge out of nowhere. Did not anticipate that one coming. That happens sometimes. Eliminated SDB123 and Zarveen. So congratulations, Flower. 4803 victorious in this Twitchy Tides game. All right, so congratulations to Flower, 4803 on the win. And Twitchy Tides. Happy Sunday, everybody. NashvilleLou Live. Bring the slate back down. Back open for the next Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. You can get in by typing !play in chat. And a reminder, this is a collaboration for me, but it's also a chance to talk about Alien Worlds with their collab events going on right now with that Alien Hunter. And to that end, get a chance to win Alien Hunter packs, but also a chance to win these limited run Meta Battler Devil packs. I have more on that in a bit. Level 5, all blue cards here for Grindy Low. So remember, red beats white, white beats blue, blue beats red. With all blue cards, I'm looking for the ice. Give me the ice hook up there. Ice beats water. Reds would do me no good here. And if I have a blue, it's whoever has the higher number. The 90 beats the 34. In other words, an ice is going to win the round for me regardless. With water, it depends on the number. And say all this with confidence because I know my opponent only has the one element. But notice it didn't show you on screen once you start. That's on you. It's coming on you to pay attention before it starts the round. That's part of it. So, no matter what with these fire cards, it could be the 91 Bar Nashville 2003 card. Doesn't matter. It could be Bridgestone Arena. Doesn't matter. Because they're all water, and the water is going to beat the fire. And this is not a difficult game to learn. So I'm going to lose this. I won't have the perfect game. No flawless victory. That'll do it for the round. So level 5, tower 5. Tower level 5 complete. Score a 9, 2.361 MVP. On to level 6, Devil of the Sea. So again, they're giving away 10 packs per hour. They being Meta Battler, 5 of the Devil packs, and then 5 of the Alien Hunter packs. And it's so smart to have that incentive to have people have a good reason to play your game on a daily and even hourly basis. And yet there's enough balance to it that it would be difficult for anybody to exploit or misuse the system. And if somebody were to figure that out, that any such thing would likely be put to a very hasty conclusion. John Ritchie do a great job with Meta Battler. Pop Paragon's done a tremendous job with Twitchy Tides, and we already got a dozen people. We got 13 now, 14. The numbers more. The people demand more with Twitchy Tides, and why not? It's tremendous fun to play, to stream. It has been an absolute gift for people like me that love wax games that are on the wax chain, and live streaming here on Twitch. Finally have a bridge between this gulf, this inexplicable separation between the two. But some people that are better at coding than me have figured out some really savvy ways to make it work. Most importantly, Twitchy Tides is fun. And there's a reason. I mean, being able to have those top 10 finishes, the victories, all that, it matters in those monthly competitions they have. So the games actually matter. And when the games actually matter, you'd be surprised suddenly people get a lot more involved. They're more likely to want to participate and to take part. If we got something that's a beta release and wins and losses don't really matter, it does kind of limit what people are going to be incentivized to do, especially if there's not anything extra to go with it. So level 6 complete. A little more than 2 as far as the MVP earned that round. We got 15 people in already for this next Twitchy Tides game. Join the list by typing !play in chat and then hitting the enter key after that. I figure most people figure they know what to do. They would hit the enter key, but lest there be any confusion, that's how it works. Half white, half blue, no red. The cards for my opponent here. Faceless Prince, level 7. The Horrors, Series 1. Playing Meta Battler here on NashvilleLou Live. There we go. Tricky there at the end, we got it. So level 7 complete. More than 3 MVP. I earned quite a bit of MVP as far as compared to what I would have because of all the different cards I have on the wax chain, particularly the ones that are collaborators. Get these boosts. Those multipliers add up. Anyway, it's easier to show than to tell on that. Point is, I won the round. Nice little haul of the MVP. On to level 8. It's a 13-level tower. It resets every hour. 5 past the hour, thereabouts. And every hour, 5 people, 5 lucky players are coming away with one of those Meta Battler Devil Packs. Get with for Halloween for a limited time only. Got Tides Tuesday coming up. Tuesday next week. 10 p.m. Eastern, I'll start with my pre-show. I'll probably play some Meta Battler. Maybe another game, we'll see. But something as a pre-show and then build up to my leg of it starting at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. I've got a 2-hour slot. We'll have a lot of fun with Twitchy Tides. Hopefully have some more of those Aquarium Royale games. Those are a lot of fun. So I anticipate that coming up. That'll be Tuesday, pre-show starting 10 p.m. Eastern. Right here, NashvilleLou Live on Twitch, simulcast on Kick. Level 9. Half blue, half white, no red for Thin Man. Hey there, Prince Paradox. Greetings and welcome, everybody. NashvilleLou Live. Playing Meta Battler. right now, like this weekend in particular, has been a great time for playing Meta Battler because you got a chance to win both of those, both the Alien Hunter packs that are being given out, but also the Devil packs, the special Meta Battler limited run. Where it gets tricky for me is that this is American football season, so there's very limited spots for me as far as time windows. So when such opportunities do avail themselves, like right now, I do my best to take advantage of it. This will probably be only about a couple of hours as far as the stream goes. Gotta do some quick fantasy football double checking before the early NFL slate gets going. All right, level 9 complete. Nice MVP haul. Again, half of it goes to my in-game wallet. The other half gets infused into the cards that were winners. Those cards, these are all getting it. They're all getting it. But unfortunately for Rhea, she doesn't get it there. She lost. Water losing to the ice against Thin Man. But still, we advance now to level 10. All blue here for the Water Gremlin. Watch your arm. Got 18 people, make that 19. It happens. People keep coming on board saying, I want in this next one. So you got it. So we got 19 right now in for the next Twitchy Tides game. A lot. SD6. Greetings and welcome. NashvilleLou Live. Ooh, 74 loses to a 75. Ice. Ace purple. Ice. Well, let's see. Going for the 73 and a miscollect. Brutal. At least the 90 beat the 81. Need one more. And that'll do it. Level 10 complete. Look at that, 5.486 MVP. It's higher levels. There is a nice reward to it as far as that MVP goes. Level 11 taking on Jen. That's an even split there with the elements of the water, fire, and ice. I thought it even split over here. It opened 4 in a row with ice. Should have played the 95 the turn before. Alas. I'm down to this last one right here. Ice beats water for the win. All right, so tower level 11 complete. Level 12. So this will be a lot more straightforward as far as what my opponent has. All fire for Maroc, Monster King. It's Meta Battler here on NashvilleLou Live. We got 20 people lined up for that next Twitchy Tides game. You can join the list All you have to do is type exclamation point play in chat. Already had 2 winners thus far, with more to come. What we're saying here, all red everything, right? So in that case, the waters will win each matchup. Fire, it'll depend on the level number for the other card. And the whites, the ice, will lose every time. Water. Give me that water. More water. I demand it. More water. More. What do you mean we're out? Let's see if this 76 fire can hold up. 82. 73 beats a 72. I'll take that break. This is going to be a loss there. Doesn't matter. It's a 95. 86. Ooh, ran to an 89. Where's the water? Agua. Yeah, 59's not going to win there. Oh, man. 92 here for Bridgestone Arena Fire. Needed that. Somebody stole my canteen out of water. It's going to lose. $73, Aaron Judge loses to a 76. 80, I've got to get it right here to force the last particular matchup. 80 beats the 76. Water, what do you know? Well, it wasn't easy, but I'll take it. Tower level 12. Score of 1. But at this point, even the minuscule score, still 1.505 MVP. Over time, it adds up. Playing Meta Battler here on NashvilleLou Live. We'll have another Twitchy Tides game coming up. You can get in with the exclamation point play in chat. Level 13 here, it's very difficult. It's even split as far as the color distribution goes, the 3 elements. But sometimes you get the breaks on this, and just like how it is when you lose sometimes in round 1 or round 2, those early levels when a 3-element opponent just gets the better of you as far as what they guess versus what you guess. $84 runs into a 95. My highest car runs into a fire. 86 beats the 84. A couple of those happening, and maybe I've got a shot. $80 beats the 78. We got 90 beats the 86. Water versus water out of nowhere. One more. 90 water for the win. Excellent work. You have defeated the tower. Plantality, hello. Greetings and welcome. Hi. All right, so tower is completed. But as noted, this is a 13-level tower, and it resets every hour as it is right now. What I'm talking about with the devil packs. Limited. I'm not sure how many packs are even. 147 left apparently, so get them all you can. I mean, Halloween is over, but it's the Halloween season. Is kind of the theme with that. So those are the packs, and then the results every hour. See, 2:05 to 3:05 p.m. UTC. And if you want to change it to your local time zone, you can do that. Doing is smart enough to know it's back to standard time here. Daylight saving time has ended for another year. It'll be back in a few months to confuse everybody, don't worry. All that time you spent changing your clocks they'll squander even more changing them back. They'll do it again and again and again. How it goes. Anyway, point is, though, is not to complain about time zones or complain about daylight saving time as much as to say every hour, giving out 5. And you don't always win when you get in, but in this one, there were only 11 people that were in. 9 here. I look poor for not getting in that last one, but last hour was also getting ready for the broadcast. All right, so I'm going to take my hourly break now. Take 1 break per hour here on NashvilleLou Live. Of course, you'll want to stick around, because on the other side of this break, we'll have our next Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. We've got 25 people in. You know I'll get in before we get started, so I'll have at least 26 for it. So we'll have that coming up on the other side of the break with Twitchy Tides and then more of Meta Battler here on NashvilleLou Live. Stay tuned. All right, back from break. NashvilleLou Live. Bring that side overlay down here. We've got 31 players in. Last call for this next Twitchy Tides game. The winner will receive a Warsaken Foil Prime card and an item from the NashvilleLou collection that will give you a boost in Meta Battler. I'll make sure I get in as well. If I happen to win, the prize goes to second place. We approach 11 a.m. Eastern. Reminder, you're watching NashvilleLou Live. I'm your host, Lou Pickney. We'll have more Meta Battler here in just a couple of moments. But first, we got a Twitchy Tides game to play, so let's get to it, shall we? 32 players, it begins now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. Depth charge, and right away we're down to 30. Another depth charge, down to 26. Look out for Debo the Shark. Working right to left. Upper part of the screen. Chomping through. We're down to 18. Here comes Pink Felicia, upper mid. Wrecking people. We're down to 10. Here comes Pink Felicia, left to right, top part of the screen, working top row. Doing quite a bit of damage to get us down to 5 fish remaining. We started with 32. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. We'll have more Meta Battler here in a few moments. Debo, left to right, top part of the screen. Zarvin gets the bounce in time. Trisha gets the teeth, gets taken out. We're down to 4. It's Tree Frog Nada, Lexi Lex, Mortal Wombats, and Zarvin, the final 4. A depth charge eliminates Lexi Lex, and we're down to 3. Tree Frog Nada, Zarvin, and Mortal Wombats, the last 3 in this Twitchy Tides game. Oof, says Lexi Lex. Yeah, oof is right. Meanwhile, Zarvin eliminated by Pink Felicia. We'll also take out Tree Frog Nada, so congratulations, Mortal Wombats, victorious in this Twitchy Tides game. All right, so congratulations, Mortal Wombats victorious in this Twitchy Tides game. And we're back open for the next Twitchy Tides game. You can see on screen, top left, that Twitchy Tides box right there. The total players listed. If we have at least close to 25 by bottom of the hour, like we did in the past hour, then we'll have a game then. If not, then we'll hold it over. But either way, more Twitchy Tides to come. You can get in with exclamation point play. Type that in chat. Get in for Twitchy Tides. So, see here, you received a prize, you being me. The Hall of Heroes, just remember I made, was it 4 or 5 levels, whatever it was. I think I actually did beat it, so view now. We had 16 players in on that one. Do full results just to show you that just because you beat all 5 levels doesn't mean you'll necessarily get one for sure. You can see here, but even if you only beat one, that gets you just shy of a 2% chance at it. And some of these, when there's even fewer players in the mix. Anyway, so for the 5, including me, each of us get an Alien Hunter pack, and that's that collaboration event with MetaBattler and Alien Worlds. Alien Worlds is for people who have been waxed for a while, like one of those well-known. There's a ton of accounts that are involved with that. I own Neary 3616, and considering how long a year in this realm, this developing around the Web3, all that world, 3.5 years feels like a lot more than 3.5 years, and yet there's still value to it. Certainly MetaBattler saw that, got this collaboration, and so we have this, it's even the Alien Worlds event, says it right on screen. But you see how easy it is. It's automated too, so it's not like they have to go through and do it themselves, because that can get tedious. It's set up, and they're just good to go with it. And if there's ever any trouble, they fix it. They're very good about that as well. So a lot of positives. There's the prize results. You'll notice with the horrors, there's still 1 minute to go. Then 0 minutes, so time's almost up. And then we'll find out if I happen to win one of those devil packs. We'll see. This one I want to get to now, the 4 horsemen. You only need, if you beat the first 2 levels, you're good, usually. As far as like, you can get to level 5. There are players that do that, but I still say that's the best one to go for. If you haven't played them, let's say you haven't played all day, and you've got 10 minutes during the end of your lunch break or during a meeting, the boss will be there in 15 minutes. You can sneak away and do whatever. Don't get in trouble. But please, if you got limited time, play on this tower. The 4 horsemen tower, to be clear. Only 5 levels. Really get past the first 2. Even if you only get the first 1, you still got a decent shot at getting a pack. As I've noted many times before, I love the vivid background images that they use. Some of it I'm sure is AI generated, but it still looks impressive. Still gets your attention. And it doesn't detract or distract from the game, which is sometimes a fine line. Easier said than done. So death, I think it's all white cards for death. All ice, so fire works out quite well. Water, not so much. Red beats white, white beats blue, blue beats red. Red, white, and blue. Rock, paper, scissors. Such an easy game to learn to play. I mean, anyone can, if you can comprehend. You can comprehend rock, paper, scissors, you can pretty much figure it out. It's fun. Again, you can design your own artwork on wax. You can say it's set up for anybody can do it. And then you can use it in game if you want to. So if you've ever wanted to have your own card game, I think me as a little kid would have loved this idea just from a conceptual standpoint. What's possible? That part of it still is compelling to me. What is possible? But boy, there's a lot of different ways you can play it and have fun with it, make it your own. Look, the floppy disk. So level 1 complete. I'm just trying to get those. Look, another breaking news. Proceed to prize. So remember, I won that Alien Hunter pack. Now here I am. I had a 10% chance of getting a pack here, and I got one of these 5 devil packs. There were only 14 people that got in on it, so. Now, again, there's no guarantee. This player won the same number of unique levels that I did. But again, it's just a percentage chance, not a guarantee. It's not like top 3 get it automatically. So even if you only play for a small amount of time, I mean, sometimes you see where somebody plays just once or twice, even on a tall level where there's a bunch of, or tall tower where there's a bunch of levels. Sometimes that works out just like the percentages suggest. Not likely, but it can happen. So I've got, just from this little bit of time here, since top of the hour, 2 packs that I've won. Just for playing this game, which is fun to play. And you mix it with Twitchy ties, you gotta win. I got 21 people in. feel like bad for ignoring chat, just trying to get the right information pulled up here. So happy to have you all with me here on this Sunday. Daylight saving time finally done. And if we're gonna have to endure that, if we as a people are gonna have to endure, okay, you gotta deal with daylight saving time, whatever. Can we at least get it where it's the same around the world? This piecemeal stuff just makes it even worse and more confusing. I don't see how this serves people's interests well. I really don't. But as usual, you'll be better served focusing on self-improvement than trying to change the world. Good luck telling people how to change their clocks from one side of the world to the other, or changing people's opinions about it and have it where it can actually matter. Good luck with that. 4 horsemen. I'd be distracted from the task at hand, or I just want to win a couple of levels here, get to level 3, 116. Are you kidding me? And it's like, there are people that make it up this tower, but not me. Level 2, but people build their decks differently as well, so that's part of it. This is Plague. Half red, half white, no blue. It's Meta Battler here on NashvilleLou Live. So happy to have each and every one of you here with me today, watching Meta Battler, Twitchy Tides. $72 beat a 71 there. And a 73 beats a 71. Sometimes those little breaks can make all the difference. There we go. So level 2 complete. It's not much MVP, and that's not the goal here. I mean, it's a nice little extra boost. Never say no to extra MVP, but suddenly level 3, talking about 116. Yes, sometimes you can, and particularly for decks where you've got perhaps more variance you can have with the different elements, or just 1 or 2. Maybe that makes this more of a tenable thing, but I'm not going to do that. Look down here, show concede option. I'll goof on you. All right, so as noted, it resets every hour with the horrors, and it's a 13 level tower. Get that horseman, the short towers, you want to go for these. Hall of Heroes, of course, will be on the list, but that's not up for another 3 hours, 49 minutes. You got some time. Meta Battler is a standalone. I would prioritize least of these. Just there's not a special extra pack to go with it, but it's worth getting in for at least a little bit on this. Okay, I got in for 1 on that. I didn't win, but I had a 1 point, just shy of 1.5% of a chance. So at least I was in for. Only 11 players were in. So for people that did climb that tower, are making it pretty far. As you can see, the percentage chance is pretty high. Only 8 before. U.S. overnights is the time when you can usually take the most. Although maybe I'm wrong on that. It's 7. So boys, there's options and opportunities here for people. Meanwhile, I've got 25 players lined up for that next Twitchy Tides game, so go ahead and lock that in for near bottom of the hour. We'll have that coming up. This won't be a very long stream. Probably won't go too far past noon. Midnight. Probably won't go past midnight either, but we'll pass noon Eastern probably before I wrap it up. This is a fun game to play on a Sunday morning U.S. time. At least I found it to be. All right, so Alien World. It's worth talking about here with this TLM, the weekly competitions. I'm gonna have to put some time in on this. I've been going after those packs, so I've turned some of my attention away from the grind of the Alien World's tower. Let's see. I need to be top 50 to get a reward. All right, 47. So I need to put in They're doing the work. Certainly doable to climb, but much higher point-wise than it was the first couple of weeks as they changed it in a good move, where the higher the level is that you beat, the more points you get. Otherwise, it was just rewarding people for playing a level 1, level 2, conceding, and just repeating that process. This encourages people to try and climb the tower, try and get those more difficult wins. Playing Meta Battler here on NashvilleLou Live. We'll have another Twitchy Tides game coming up. Of course, with Twitchy Tides, you got Tides Tuesday coming up this Tuesday of this upcoming week. We're talking about November 5th. For me, pre-show starts 10 p.m. Eastern. Well, the big game to start off my 2 hours at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Pre-show at 10 Eastern Tuesday. Tides Tuesday. NashvilleLou Live. Here with Meta Battler. But it really is something with Twitchy Tides and the Tides Tuesday, how well that it has held the lead in from the raids. It's tough because if you're getting close to midnight Eastern U.S. time, people are going to bed. Europe's not up yet. A lot of Africa's not up yet either. And there are people around the world that play the game, of course, but that usually isn't the most opportune time slot, and yet people love Twitchy Tides and stuck around, and I had 2 breaks during that. It didn't matter. You couldn't tell looking at the minute by minute, which is highly unusual. It's just you don't normally run across that. Years in TV, years in radio, countless hundreds if not thousands of pages of stats and information, and this demographic, this day part, that time slot, etc., all this info. And through all that, you never see 10 p.m. 11 p.m. Eastern to midnight being a growth time, yet or certainly not one where you avoid that inevitable slide of people tapping out to sleep. And yeah, it's worked, at least to this point. I'm thrilled to be part of it. Many thanks to Las Vegas 8 for including me in it. Thanks to Pop Paragon, making it such a fun game. Also thanks to the guys at Ultra Rare, John and Richie, making another fun game that we're playing here right now with Meta Battler. And this is the Alien Worlds Tower 4-week event, week 4 of 4. Get in while you can. Now, for all I know, there might be more beyond this, but this is all I know about. The inside info. Trying to decide what to go with for the pick a fish for my Twitchy Tides mouse pad and a Twitchy Tides t-shirt. I've got a little bit of time to decide, but I do want to get it ordered. I mean, it's really something to have redeemables in wax like they have now with Twitchy Tides, and that you're not having to pay for shipping. That's part of it. Wow, I know this, it can't be a moneymaker there, not directly at least, but it's a great way to promote the game and to reward people that are playing it and that are interested. And it's a big positive. Now say, okay, do I put that Soul the Catfish on there? How will it look on the, what should I put that on the t-shirt? Should I go with this? Get the different colors for the shirt. You got options. So got some planning to do with that. So a pretty strong level 2 for me there. Only had 1 round that I lost, so a score of 9. Not big on the MVP. That's okay. Remember, incrementally, the higher the level that you beat, the more points you get for that weekly competition. Try to be top 50 as far as the points earned on this Alien Worlds Tower to get your cut of It's a large amount of TLM they've been giving out. It worked out perfectly for me for the week 3. I think I finished in the top, I was like 30-something, 32nd or 33rd. So I believe I got about 500, and it was perfect. It was just enough. I was able to go to Wax on Edge, and I didn't have to go through Wax. It was just directly, which was very helpful. Just trading TLM for Tide, and they gave me just enough Tide to be able to do a blend to get one of those zombie fish. Anyway. Level 3. Veil Cyborg. People that have no idea what I'm talking about with Wax. Lou, what are you rambling about? I know. I assure you, it's interesting. You understand it. Getting people to understand it's half the trouble. Level 3. All white cards. We're really up to 28 people already. Yeah, 28 in the mix for the next Twitchy Tides game. So I saw that our planet has started up a new season. I'm really hoping there'll be some demand for the our planet land that I've owned for a long time now. It's strictly a mobile game at this point, so it's definitely not for me, but I'm hoping it will be for some people, because that would be nice. All right, level 3 complete, score 7, 1.1 and change on the MVP. And look at how nice some of these Meta Battler cards look. That one's super shiny there with the Battle Hammer. A little tough to read. Man, attention getting in a good way. Half blue, half white, no red for my opponent here. Which is interesting because at a glance, you would think, oh, this is probably red cards, red border. Like Mars in the background. So remember, the higher the level in the Alien Worlds Tower, the more points you accrue. Trying to finish in that top 50. One more. Got it. Got it with a devil pack. It amuses me that you can use actual packs as cards in this game. It's been such a positive to have Meta Battler provide legitimate utility for a bunch of items that, even those that were never specifically intended that way. The floppy disk. I wasn't expecting to have a game where I would use that. More for my own amusement, remembering the days of games coming on several floppy disks, like the King's Quest series, on that size floppy. I'm not talking about the 3.5. I'm talking 5.25 inch. At the hole in the middle. Handled with care. Little sleeves you had to like slide them into to keep them from getting damaged or smudged or dust or other things that might mess it up. Level 5. More than half blue and a little bit of red, a little bit of white here for male little green person. All right. Level 5, score of 9. Decent little bit of MVP. On to level 6. playing Meta Battler here on NashvilleLou Live. We got 30 people in for this next Twitchy Tides game. You can join that list by typing !play in chat. The level 6, some blue, most or half red, and then some white here for the male Nordic. You aren't sure on the color. There's only 3 elements: fire, water, and ice. Red, white, and blue. Red beats white, white beats blue, and blue beats red. Red, white, and blue. You can see that wheel there in that bottom right corner. You can understand the concept of rock, paper, scissors. You can understand Meta Battler. You can play Meta Battler. And part of the fun is mixing and matching from different items I've created on wax that others have, or their items from other games like Steel Justice from Brawlers. $59 beats the $58. And there it is for the win. Level 6 complete, score 3. On to level 7. Just a couple of minutes away from Twitchy Tides. If you're not in yet, be sure to do so. !play. All you have to do, type that in chat. Again, make note, be sure you'll want to be here. Tides Tuesday. Pre-show starting 10 p.m. Eastern. We'll have a big giveaway right at the start of my leg of it with Tides Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. So, pre-show at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. NashvilleLou Live here. Coming up on Tuesday, so 2 days from now. Level 7 complete, score 7. I'm also in that situation, not only beating level 7 and getting that MVP, but also I get 7 additional points added to my weekly total. A competition trying to finish top 50 on this Alien Worlds Tower to earn some TLM, that prize TLM. Part of this collaborative effort between Alien Worlds and Meta Battler. And again, if you play Alien Worlds, please mine at Neri 3616, at least sometimes, my Tree Forest land. Really appreciate it, at least sometimes. It helps me out when people mine there, so I greatly appreciate it. So male human here on level 8. Ooh, 80 loses to an 86. There we go, 72 to 70. Breaking out the ice card, drank to a lot of water there. No choice on the element here, it's fire. Let's go with the 92, Bridgestone Arena. Fire beats fire. Water beats fire. Ice beats water for the win. So tower level 8, score 6. Decent little haul MVP there. And while it might look like very much a small amount there for a level 84 War Memorial Auditorium like this, it does add up over time. Level 9. Female Nordic, bit of blue, roughly half red, and the rest white. Got 32 people in right now for that next Twitchy Tides game. I anticipate it'll be coming up here on the other side of this game. Oof. '80 loses to an 81. That's tough. I needed the 91 to beat the 88. At least I got that. Playing Meta Battler here on NashvilleLou Live. Just moments away from our next Twitchy Tides game. If you're not in yet, get in now with exclamation point play in chat. That's coming up right after this. I'm down to my last health point. Alright, so I have the option of continuing here, but I'll stop. Finishing 8 levels, then losing on the 9th, we'll concede. So it still has the normal prize distribution, just like the other non-horrors towers. This TLM is a little bit different as far as you can keep grinding on that tower, try and earn, especially beating those higher levels. Maybe those higher ranks as far as the points go. So now I'm from 47 or wherever it was up to 43. So we'll be a bit of a climb ahead of me. If I want another top 40 finish or top 30, whatever it was. I think it was a top 40 finish, whatever, the prior week. All right. We'll have more of Meta Battler here in just a moment. Right now, we've got 32 people in for this next Twitchy Tides game. Last chance to get in. I'm going to get in. Exclamation point play. So for the winner of this Twitchy Tides game, it'll be a Warsake and Foil Prime card. And an item from the NashvilleLou collection will give you a boost in Meta Battler. If I happen to win, prize goes to second place. $33 players begins now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides. You're on NashvilleLou Live. That cannonball. Right away, a cannonball taking out 14 of the 33 players. That was sudden. This time the cannonball returns up top and only takes out 1 player, eliminating Flower. We're down to 18. Who will be the winner of this Twitchy Tides game? Look out up top, working right to left. Pink Felicia. It's devastating. The crowd thinned out considerably. We're down to 8. Here comes Debo. Bottom part of the screen working right to left. There goes going Tonto. We're down to 6. Depth charge. That eliminates Drishy. We're down to 5. Big Worm with a hook. Eliminates Zaroba. We're down to 4. 3 Frog Nada. 4 Slayer. Canvas. Pop and Stalk. The final 4. Pink Felicia up top. Eliminates Tree Frog Nada and Pop and Stalk. We're down to 2. Canvas and 4 Slayer. The last 2 in there. Got for Debo the Shark up top. Debo takes out Canvas, and that's going to do it. Congratulations, Four Slayer. Victorious in this Twitchy Tides game. All right. So we're back open for the next Twitchy Tides game in the broadcast. You can get in with exclamation point play in chat. Exclamation mark play get you in for Twitchy Tides. And remember, if you got your Twitchy team set up, numbers 1 through 5 designated. 5 different fish. You can pick which one you want in a given game. You can even switch it up. A little bit of variety. All right. Mentioned it briefly before. Warrant's going back over a little bit. The Tower Reward Multiplier. I notice I've got the times 3.858. So if I would have otherwise won a round and earned 1 MVP, with that multiplier, I would instead earn 3.858 MVP. So if you get to those higher rounds, you're earning more and more the MVP. A multiplier like that can make a huge difference. I'll talk about things that can boost you, what you can earn, and boost what you can do in Meta Battler. Obviously, Meta Battler cards themselves are things you want to get. You want to have those, whether it's in the Devil packs or given away, or some of those packs they got for sale. Got some high-quality cards in there. You'll be glad you did it. Featured collections. Limited time for however long this lasts, but with Alien Worlds, which again is a huge game in the world of Wax. Well, I don't have that many unique digital items from Alien Worlds. Got enough where it definitely makes a difference, so a little bit of a multiplier boost there. But you'll notice the checks and balances. These things are capped at certain levels, so players with a large volume of assets, tens of thousands, they won't have some sort of undue advantage that would make it difficult for new players to come in. If you can't bring in new players, you're really going to put yourself in a bind. Founding collections, Ultra Horrors, Ultra Rare, Ultra Comics. For each one's a relatively small amount, but it does add up. It rewards you for owning it's by template, so 111 different digital items with their own template. There's plenty more to go with most of these, but that's what I have. And then the collaborator collections, you can see I'm in second. Lude Momoko just running away with it. But it's not like you get a higher reward rate if you're listed higher. It just means you get more recognition. And people see my name, my logo, etc. before they see a lot of others. Even a surprise, like Fade Matsuda really should be above me. It's just a matter of time with Sensei Bullrog. And I know that what Charmin's been doing with the game Foot Brawlers, encouraging people to play with infused MVP. So you'll see projects like that move up. Consumer Break gives away so many great promotional items and has so many different options. I'm surprised it's not in a higher spot. And it goes on and on. I'll scroll down, just give you a quick glance. You're talking about known games, well-known, well-liked personalities in the world of Wax gaming and live streaming. All sorts of super creative people. Tremendous art skill. I see I've been scrolling down there. And some of these, I imagine, as some of the creators get more and more involved or more interested, that you'll see various collections start to shoot up the list as far as the infused MVP. And then finally, the community collections. This is capped at 0.5, so anything additional that I were to purchase or trade for or whatever, acquire, wouldn't give me any additional boost. There's checks and balances to it all. But ultimately, that's what you're looking at, that top number. Tower Reward Multiplier. That means more MVP being earned for winning. And you want to go through short towers when you can. Get the 2 in. You beat 2 levels of the 4 horsemen. Get out. That's going to be your most, I would suggest at least, your best course of action if you're trying to get a pack. That's your best chance. Get a couple in there if you've got limited time. If not, plenty of other ways. 5 more of these devil packs. Haven't even started back in on it for the Horror Series 1. We'll see what I can zip through between now and the next little bit. But right now we got 13 people in for this next Twitchy Tides game. You can join the list by typing !play in chat. All right. Didn't really pay attention to what my opponent's distribution was, or if I did. Sometimes I'll say it out loud, but I'm saying one thing and I'm having to play technical director. I'm looking ahead. That worked. That not so much. And it's a simple format. It's like rock, paper, scissors. I've got 3 elements in total. If it's the same elements going head to head, the element at the higher level, the higher number of the card, will win the round. If they're the same number, you tie the round. All right, level 1 complete, score 6. Playing Meta Battler here on NashvilleLou Live. We'll have another Twitchy Tides game coming up. We got 14 people in. Hello, Rabbit Larry. Glad to have all y'all here with me this Sunday broadcast. Meta Battler is a very good fit for this particular time. Sunday morning U.S. time. And again, because the action is so fast, it's too fast to call, and it makes it a lot more conversational, a bit slower paced, even though it's very fast as far as it goes there. Sometimes the guesses just aren't going to go your way. You zig, they zag. You stay with what you got. And they stay with what they have. Let's see, I've still got a shot though. Let's see. There we go. A lot of fire there at the end worked. Against Mothman. Level 2, score 2. Just a small amount of MVP. But again, the important thing here is getting as many levels beaten as possible to give myself the best chance to possibly win one of those 5 devil packs. They're given away every hour. Got Meta Battler right now here. We're going to have another Twitchy Tides game coming up. So if you'd like to get in for that next Twitchy Tides game, just type !play in chat. !play for Twitchy Tides. All right, so tower level 3 complete, score 3. On to level 4. Evil and Devours, my opponent. The bulk of the cards up there will be white, a little bit of red, a little bit of blue. That's when I run to a blue when I play a red. One more. There we go. Level 4 complete score baits. On to level 5. I'm not sure how long this event's going to be happening with the Horrors Series 1 and these Devil Packs are giving away. 5 per hour. I say get it while you can. Pretty Chicky, hello. Good morning. Greetings and welcome, everybody. NashvilleLou live with Meta Battler and another Twitchy Tides game coming up. I defeated Tower level 5, score 6. On to level 6, where it's a 13 level tower. And it resets every hour, so I mean, you could in theory play this being Meta Battler for hours and hours and still have a reason to keep at it beyond just trying to get extra Alien Worlds TLM for that co-promotional event. There's a lot going on with this. Level 6, half red, half white, no blue for the Spider. Special thanks to Carl Casey at White Bat Audio. Makes much of the great background music that I use here on NashvilleLou Live. Last one. I'll play a blue, anticipating a red. Got it. Sometimes it works out. Level 6, score of 9, more than 3 MVP earned. And again, that's where I pointed out that multiplier. Because that multiplier is not, at whatever it is, 3.8, whatever. It's not nearly that high of a haul here. Level 7 is all blue here for Grindy Low. So the ice cards will win every round because the ice beats water. The fire cards would lose every round because fire loses to water. Red beats white, white beats blue, blue beats red. Red, white, blue. Understand that, and you understand the very simple game, rock, paper, scissors. You can play this game and enjoy it. Easy to stream. It pairs well with Twitchy Tides. Speaking of which, we got 22 people and already that next Twitchy Tides game. People love Twitchy Tides. Round the clock, there's demand. People have done some long-form streaming. The Online End has done a lot of that. NFT Dealer, done quite a bit of that as well. Clawing Moon. I just know when I was doing those 8-9 hour Warsake and Blitz streams last year, it was not, I couldn't handle it after a while, but it's different when you're going non-stop like that versus some different methods that have been taken from various people trying it out. But it all comes back to one thing, is that Twitchy Tides is a draw, and people will, even when it may be a bit of a wait to play, they'll stick around to do their best at it. Once you have at least 10 people in. And there's a lot more information you can learn about Twitchy Tides over on its Discord page, if you have any questions, etc. All right, so level 7 of the Horrors, Series 1 complete, score of 8. Level 8, half blue, half red, no white for the Monster. Oh, come on. The difference is I know my opponent doesn't have any ice cards. So if I play a blue, it's going to beat any red. And we lose to a blue straight up. All right. Level 8's complete, score 7. And again, half goes to the cards that won the various rounds. The other half goes, that gets infused into those cards. And the other half of the MVP goes into my in-game wallet. Use that as I've demonstrated here many times on stream how you can level up your cards. Level 9, speaking of levels, it's Marok Monster King. It's all red everything. And that number there is the average, that particular color, as far as the levels go in that deck. Although sometimes I've seen it show a number, the actual in-game results don't quite seem to match up. False advertising. Or at least that's how it feels. It's all red cards, so these ice cards really do me no good. And there we go. So, tower level 9 complete, score of 9. And a real nice, real juicy haul there, the MVP, 6.389. 13 level tower, here we are, level 10. Water Gremlin. All blue. The Water Gremlin. Playing Meta Battler here on NashvilleLou Live. We'll have another Twitchy Tides game coming up. You can join the list by typing !play in chat. All blue cards over there. This will be tough because we're a bit higher up. It's level 10. Not going to be easy. '73 loses to an 85. Reeling. Where's the ice? Steel Justice, bail me out. Both down to 3 health points. All right, this one has a 90 level here for this Golf Course Deer. Takes out the 83. I needed that. Ice. Need one more. I'll be here. It'll be the last one. Whatever I draw next will be what I play. War Memorial Auditorium for the win. Tower level 10 complete. Score of 1, so not a lot of MVP, but winning that level 10 on to level 11 with the Everlasting. Looks like it's about half white, then some red, a little bit of blue as far as the color distribution for the 3 elements goes. Walk the Grid, Coins for Vince, RCPADG, SDB123, Prince Paradox, Brazen Blake, the latest. I can see there in my chat box. Greetings and welcome, everybody. NashvilleLou Live. We'll have another Twitchy Tides game coming up here in just a couple of minutes. A few minutes. First things first, level 11. There we go. So level 11 completes. Level 12. The Genie. Even split the 3 elements. My luck is running out here. All right, so I lost there on tower level 12. I'll concede. So now we'll see coming up top of the hour, 10 minutes from now. Unless that's more than top of the hour. Closer than that, but 5 past the hour will show. So we'll see with that. 5 minutes until the 4 horsemen draw happens. I'll bring the slate up as I get ready to take my hourly break. Take 1 break per hour here on NashvilleLou Live. But on the other side of this break, we'll have our next Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. 29 players in right now for it. To join the list, do so by typing !play in chat. Back in just a few minutes. NashvilleLou Live, stay tuned. All right, coming back from break, NashvilleLou Live. Past mid-90s. Did it again. Earlier I did that. I'm used to those night streams. Just past noon Eastern Standard Time. This is NashvilleLou Live. I'm your host, Lou Pickney. Let me take the overlay down, lest I'll leave that up. We have 33 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. If you want in, last chance for exclamation point play in chat. Jungle Banana getting in there. I will as well. I'll switch it up this time. I'll use the Vape Ape from Las Vegas Ape. And as you probably noticed from others typing it here in chat, if you have your Twitchy team set up within Twitchy Tides, it's easy to set up. And you have 5 fish that are designated numbers 1 through 5. And you can set it up by stream, by streamer, whatever you're feeling like in the moment. If you play a clownfish, you're going to have that and you have 3 others in there with it. Think, okay, let's maybe use a faded instead. Or whatever. You've got some options. It makes it easier to switch on the fly, provides even more value to owning multiple fish you want to play in game. All that said, hop in with the Vape Ape. So we got 35 players in for this Twitchy Tides game. For the winner, be a Warsaken foil prime card and an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Give you a boost in Meta Battler. 35 players in. Starts now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides. You're on NashvilleLou Live. Look at the variety of fish and look at Pink Felicia. Bottom half of the screen just tearing through. Very quickly, you drop from 35 down to 20. Pink Felicia, this time right to left, top part of the screen. There goes Drishy. A few others as well. Finally, Mortal Wombat's taken out. We're down to 15. Debo the Shark was heading right to left. That super spin from Autumn's Toys sent Debo packing, at least for the short term. This is Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live Depth Charge. We're down to a dozen. There's Big Worm with a hook. Flower set it off, took out Random King as well, so we're down to 10. Depth Charge. There goes Buzz King. We're down to 9. It's Twitchy Tides. You're on NashvilleLou Live. There's the hook. Got popped there. A super spin. I believe that's what it was from Autumn's Toys. Sent Big Worm out of harm's way. Pink Felicia up top eliminates Walk the Grid. And going Tonto and Tree Frog Nada. We're down to a half dozen. So Big Worm with the hooks. What's showing up in chat? It's hidden up there at top left. Autumn's Toy saw it before I did. Super spin. So for the moment, the 6 competitors in there all remain in there, but it won't last long. Cannonball up top. That cannonball eliminates Terran Lore. We're down to 5. Big Worm. That hook takes out Brazen Blake, and we're down to 4. Autumn's Toys, Naznara, Coins for Vince, Nunmata, the final 4. Who will be the winner? Depth Charge, and there goes Autumn's Toys. We're down to 3. Coins for Vince, Unmata, and Naznara, the last 3. Depth Charge. Depth Charge eliminates Coins for Vince, eliminates Naznara as well with that chain reaction. That's going to do it. Unmata, victorious, and Twitchy Tides So congratulations on the victory there on Mata. Keep in mind, prizes will be sent out shortly after the conclusion of the broadcast, so they haven't been sent out yet, but they will soon. I think we'll do, let's see, I had this set up properly before I start telling you what we will and won't do. We'll do a raid over to the online inn in a moment, but first, let me do a sig out, have a cut point for VOD. That's going to do it for this broadcast of NashvilleLou Live. I'm your host, Lou Pickney. Thanks for watching. See you next time.